I want to read you something. Is there anything in life that a good cookie cannot fix? Let me show you the emotional bandage to all my problems. These cookies are the best thing that came out of Scotland besides many skirts. I love them so much that I have coupons for them. $1 off. That leaves me with $4 for 8 cookies. Well, at the rate at which I'm eating this, I'll have to rob a bank in the next month. So I've been perfecting making them at home. For this one, we only need 3 ingredients. Yep, you heard me right. 3 ingredients cookies: flour, sugar, and butter, also known as national French currency. Cash or card? Butter? This time we want to be generous and use a high quality nice butter. As for flour, we want a weak flour, the kind that didn't go over its childhood emotional trauma like all-purpose kind. First, we gotta let the butter come to room temperature. By the way, have you ever wondered how butter is made? Well, I think it smells like science. Butter. This snack I have to give up. The blood that flows through Peter's veins. How the heck is this angel's tears obtained? It all starts with milk, full fat, and a very angry person who starts beating up and talking trash to the milk, a process also known as churning. Milk is a very emotionally and chemically unstable emulsion of not mixable components, just like Larry King and all his wives. Only in milk's case, fat and water. See, the two separate so easily. During churning, milk will separate, fatty part going into butter and watery part into buttermilk. That's how butter is made. And now that we know all this cool stuff, let's go back to the recipe. Once the butter has come to room temperature, we'll add some sugar, a little bit of the flour, the purest vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. Then using a hand mixer, we'll cream the butter with the sugar for a minute or so. You don't have to incorporate and dissolve all the sugar. If it's a little bit grainy, that's totally fine, no worries. Then we'll dump in half of the flour, and now it's a good time to be careful when you mix, unless you want all your kitchen covered in white dust and looking like a drug dealer's house. The other half of the flour goes in also, and you want to mix until the flour is incorporated. You don't want to mix too much, otherwise you'll end up with a tougher, less buttery and flaky cookie. Unlike other times when the batter doesn't get into the tray, this time it made it. So we want to dump the batter in a parchment paper lined pan, then spread it with a spoon until it has an even height throughout the pan of about half of an inch to 2/3 of an inch. And in a 325 Fahrenheit held chamber it goes for about 45 minutes. After the first 20 minutes, we'll get the pan out and portion the cookies unless you want something giant to put in your mouth later, which is also fine. We want to portion it now because cutting the cookies after baking it's a very messy job. All the crumbs will fly everywhere trying to attack me. And you guys know me, I get hurt easily. 25 minutes later, our cookies are done, but don't even think about eating them now. No folks, they have to go through a process of quantum physics cooling with hot air in the warm oven for 1 hour, which is both considered cooling and heating at the same time. After that hour, give them the 24-hour Alvin treatment of black magic, praying, and homeopathy until 2 parallel universes collide and just let me have some already. For how simple the ingredients are, these cookies are so buttery, flaky, and flavorful. They're like pie crust but a million times better and butter, and not only because we eliminated the only healthy part of a pie, the apple. Today I'm so glad I can recognize an apple even though it's not in a pie. To make them even more decadent, and because it's almost winter and we want to make them feel cozy, we'll cover them with a chocolate blanket. I'll make a chocolate ganache, a fancy term for melted chocolate with heavy cream. So complex, so French. We'll add some heavy cream to the chocolate chips, then melt that in the microwave, 15 seconds burst, stirring after each burst until it's melted like this. Dip one side of the cookies, then decorate the blanket with astronaut strawberries, matcha powder or icing sugar. So pretty. And have I mentioned you can always rebrand these cookies into holiday thumbprint cookies? Instead of shaping them into squares, form a log out of the batter by using some of Dexter's cling film wrapper. Then chill the log for an hour in the fridge. After that, cut into the cylinders, and since the FBI of cookies is here, we're gonna put our thumbprint in there by pressing. Then we're gonna fill it out with whatever jam we like. I'm using apricot kind. Bake them at 325 Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. And that's it. This is your next holiday gift right here. One for me and another one for me. And while I stuff my face with these goodies, let me drop this beat on you. Cookies are good, make a thin man craving in a sleep, gonna be a fat man someday. You got chocolate on your face, you big disgrace. Sitting on the couch eating cookies all day, singing I want cookies. Buddy, you're a strong man, fat man, shouting in the street, gonna lose the weight someday. You got butter on your hands, you big disgrace, leaving sticky marks all over the place. We want cookies. Alright guys, and that's a wrap. Now we know how to make these cookies, so we can start putting some money aside for actual Christmas presents. Anyways, I hope Walkers won't go out of business since I was probably making up 90% of their sales. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed spending time with me, destroy that subscribe button, teach that to the algorithm whose boss, and like a comment on the video. And until next time, remember, life is hard, get used to it.